The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno preparate a table before right in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I vent me. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadma we grumabi ya tela e exag beer tana istalina ba shante 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 shante. Kadma we grumabi ya tela e where twos and threes meet in the name of the Most High Jah. That's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks, and I give thanks, and I give thanks. Ma usogbo lisa, adanu wato. Ewa siple for. Ma usogbo lisa, akpe. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous, super nutritious cooking, super appetizing. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences, relegating that to the corner and relocating into the black pot where they are subjected to some amount of heating. They produce what is known as food. And this food is overly delicious, nutritious, sumptuous. Oh yes. Ironically, the black pot and the ingredients do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters. Yet every time they rise to the occasion where it's most necessary to produce food. This is a lesson of selflessness. How many of us think that we worked hard for it, so we must be the only benefactors of that? How many of us see poor people as lazy? How many people think because we are successful, it's all because of our hard work? How many people think that once we have it today, let's blow it all. After all, tomorrow we die. We are not generational thinkers. We don't think about eating and living some for generations yet to come. We don't believe in sacrifice. How many of us believe that, oh yes, life ends here, so we must finish up whatever we have? How many people do not think about generations yet to come, not even the children that we are making? My brother, my sister, this is generational thinking, and we keep saying it every now and then. A nation that does not think generationally, a nation that has no common sense of sacrifice, is not a nation. It will go down the drain. That is why on this show, we are only talking about the mindset. We are rewiring the minds of our people. Now, if the average Ghanaian, the average African mindset is righted, every other T will be crossed and every other I will be dotted. Now, if the mindset is right, individuals will build schools, roads, and even houses without waiting for the government to do for us what we can do for ourselves. Individuals will be so selfless. They will look at the interest of other people rather than just being selfish. Selfishness is the reason we are stealing from each other. Selfishness is the reason we don't think generationally. How deep do you think generationally? How far? Is it 1 year? Plant maize. Is it 10 years? Plant trees. Do you think perpetually, generationally? Then plant human beings. Now, when you plant human beings, you are planting a whole generation. That is why we must all think about our neighbor. No man is an island, and no man lives alone. At this juncture, I want to say thank you and welcome to the biggest Pan-Africanist show on TV. It is known as the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. We are live on YouTube every day, Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. sharp Ghana time. And our YouTube channel is Blakk Empire Media. The Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K, as you can see. Please do us a favor. Make sure you encourage family and friends to subscribe to our channel and also hit on the notification button. It's a bell, so that anytime we come on, you'll be the very first person to see us. We appreciate you and we never take your time for granted. As usual, we're going to be very swift with whatever we have to discuss today. We have very important things as usual. Again, I would like to say thank you so much to our supporters. Is it? ISIT simply means in spirit, in truth. Make sure that you jump on this new social media platform. Why? Listen to this. On this platform called Is It, which simply means is, in spirit, in truth, we are 100% positive. Every negative thing is removed by powerful algorithms. Now, this app was modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. Another reason you should be supporting this app. It's a powerful social media app that encourages you to connect with family and friends in a serene atmosphere, devoid of racism, violence, nudity, nakedness, and all the other negative things that come with social media. How do we do that? Powerful algorithms are there to do that. Now you can go live. You can make video and audio calls at the same time. You can upload your videos and even photos. You connect with family and friends and other positive-minded people. Promote and push your brand and reach El Dorado. No problem about that. You are just a click away from joining the wonderful planet of EZ. Download the app from Google Play and App Store and meet me there. I am there. Many other people are here. And let's make it happen. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. We are also supported by Le Shrine. Have you visited Le Shrine? It's located right there at the Laboma Beach Resort here in Accra at La. Oh my God. Everybody's talking about this. Now you can see a mini hotel with a swimming pool, very sexy and beautiful, sitting right at the mouth of the Atlantic Ocean, being washed and garnished by the warm waters of the Atlantic Ocean. If you jump into the sea and swim and get some beautiful salt water on your fresh flesh, yes, your fresh flesh, and at the same time getting your hair soak up that beautiful salty water. Now, you want to get into some fresh water right there at Le Shrine. It's cool. What do you want to eat? Is it continental or local? Fresh. No problem. Hey, and the bar is well stocked. In fact, drink that you did not even imagine would be here, you can find that there. And listen, from Monday all the way down to Sunday, there are interesting things happening there. Can I tell you that? On Monday, they have the karaoke night and the adults night. Remember, it's adults night. Don't go with your children. In fact, at Le Shrine, we have a motto. We say, anything you want to see, come and see it for yourself. Gani gani, gawuta, ganama, gafili, galoki. At Le Shrine. On Wednesday, they have the reggae night. Black Santino and friends serenading the whole beach and getting all the positive reggae energies come down. So you can skank to quality reggae music. You can hug and kiss. Oh, you will fall in love again right there at Le Shrine. Another beautiful day is the Sunday night. It's the special ladies' night. In fact, when you arrive, daughters of Eve will be all over the place. All kinds of shapes and sizes. Oh, all kinds of accents, all kinds of, skin tone. My God have mercy. What are you waiting for? You want to fall in love again. please fall in love on Sunday night, right? Come to Le Shrine. It's an executive club and it's 100% African. You can see some of these pictures there. And you know when you come in, oh my God, you are who you are. At Le Shrine, we say anything you want to see, Bakwe, come and see it for yourself. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And make sure you contact Le Shrine. The phone numbers are there. In the interim, time now to set the whole house on fire. Come here! First story. Watch me. What does it say? Watch it clearly. It says, millions more found with Cecilia Dapaah. And this is breaking news. Who is Cecilia Dapaah? Former Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources. This woman, she used to be the Minister of Aviation. Remember, she was the one who exposed British Airways. She said British Airways planes to Ghana had cockroaches, bed bugs, and all sorts of rodents in there. And for that matter, warned the British Airways, if you don't change your rickety planes to Ghana, don't come here. For 70 years, British Airways never did anything in terms of social responsibility to Ghana, not even an ice cream cone to any child in Ghana. In fact, when we heard that, we were excited that a minister would have this kind of energy and strength to talk against such a powerhouse. Yes, we applauded her. Now, when the time that she gave British Airways to respond had elapsed, we called her to find out how and what was going to happen next. She was very arrogant to us and told us, you go. When I'm ready to talk to you, I'll talk to you. Sometimes they forget that we put them in there. We just loaned them the power. In fact, they believe that they are demigods. But we forgave her. Then she became Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources. And then we heard that 2 of her house helps had stolen millions of American dollars. In fact, and euros and Ghana cedis all combined. She had stashed out in her room somewhere. My God have mercy. And boom, we went to the gallery and more information was there on exhibition. My God. The office of the special prosecutor decided to pick up the issue, arrested her so that investigations would begin. And the hypocritical president, good for nothing president that we have in this country, so arrogant, Nana Akufo-Addo, wrote a love letter to this woman in the midst of the whole melee. What did the president say? He said, I know, my Abena, that at the end of the investigation, you shall be exonerated. Because you are a hard-working woman, and we know that you shall be exonerated. In fact, he prejudiced the case that was already before the courts. Yet he claims he's a lawyer. Some people don't like us talking about the president like this, but the president is nothing without us. If you do understand the power you have, that every election you go and vote to see a better nation, you will never be scared of people you put in power, even if they were demons. You have the power to exorcise the demons in them and throw them back where they belong and bring in people with common sense to rule this nation. In our country, in fact, we deify politicians. We see them as demigods. You want to hear more? Come here! Watch me. That was the letter he wrote to the woman. And then the office of the special prosecutor was rumored to have found more. When the investigation started, something of interest. We all were waiting to find out what it was. But today I have the information. Run the rhythm. Watch it. Exclusive. This is from Ghana Web. Cecilia Dapaah's bank accounts containing millions of dollars frozen. Come here! You think say you day wise. Did you see that? Cecilia Dapaah's bank accounts containing millions of dollars frozen. Run it. Watch me. Meanwhile, our unimpeachable sources say millions of US dollars and millions of Ghana cedis were identified to be lodging in several bank accounts of the former minister, while some monies were also retrieved in her various homes following a visit and search by the OSP. Can we start the story properly? This is the most important part of the story. I intentionally decided to bring it so you see exactly where we are. The OSP that I was talking to you about a few seconds ago found what? Now watch the whole story unfold. Ghana Web can confirm that the embattled former Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources Cecilia Dapaah's assets and bank accounts containing millions of dollars and cedis have been frozen by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Documents cited by Ghana Web from our sources at the court also confirmed that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has commenced processes to have this administrative freeze confirmed and endorsed by the courts. The powers of the OSP permit it to administratively freeze the accounts of a person of interest, but beyond that, it will need the confirmation of the court to keep the accounts frozen for a longer period. The case to confirm the freezing of the accounts and assets is expected to be heard next week. So you see that? And this is the punchline now. Meanwhile, our unimpeachable sources say millions of US dollars and millions of Ghana cedis were identified to be lodging in several bank accounts of the former minister, while some monies were also retrieved in her various homes following a visit and search by the OSP. And this is fresh news today. Remember, we broke this news first? 3news.com. We did. TV3. You see that? Documents we have seen from our sources at the court show the OSP filing a motion of seizure of monies it retrieved from the search at her various residences. Kaya Jame, Shegedamboroba, Kai. Did you see that? Several homes, several monies retrieved, and several other such things. One person. The embattled former minister has been in the spotlight following an alleged theft that occurred in her Abelempe residence in Accra. Her house helps are accused of having stolen monies in excess of $1 million and other valuable belongings of hers and her husband at home. The OSPs, that's the Office of the Special Prosecutor's investigation into the former minister's affairs, is separate and different from the investigations by the police and the Office of the Attorney General. The OSP is investigating the minister for corruption and corruption-related offenses, whilst the AG and police are prosecuting persons alleged to have stolen monies belonging to or owned by the former minister. My God. Dash. So you see the nation we are in. This minister has millions of American dollars in her bank accounts. The bank doesn't even have the courtesy to be able to find out the source of the money. They are just receiving and putting in there. Yet those of us who only have some 500 Ghana, 700 Ghana cedis in our accounts, when we go, they ask us for fingerprints, they ask us for Ghana card, they ask us for our grandfathers, great-grandfathers, uncles, brothers, sisters' name to be able to use to decode our account and put money into it. Yet those of them who have millions stashed away in the banks, millions stashed under their beds, millions stashed under their cellars, millions stashed into some other rooms, they go free. You have heard it. The Office of the Special Prosecutor discovered several millions of American dollars and cedis in the various homes of this minister. Again, they found so much money in her bank accounts, more than the amount of money that was even stolen. Yet Mr. President says, my dear Abner, I know that at the end of the investigations, you shall be exonerated. Find me the photograph of Paul Adum Ochre. Watch me, brethren. It's very sad that we live in a country that claims to be fighting money laundering. But the shadows of money laundering are all over the place. The whole nation was embarrassed when one Alistair Matthias told the whole world in a secret recording that the president used to be his lawyer at a time that he was engaged in so much money laundering, which he calls washing money. So it's not money laundering, it is money in a laundry. He washes the money. Alistair Matthias claimed that the president of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, was one time his lawyer, and that he was taking gold money out of this country, smuggling gold out of this country every month to the tune of between 40 and 60 million American dollars. Times 12, that's 1 year. How much is that by 1 man alone? My brother, my sister, the president threatened to go to court, threatened to silence Al Jazeera. But up till now, the pretentious, arrogant president, criminal-minded president, because if you can prejudice cases that are already in court, that means you are criminally minded. If you don't know your work. I don't know if it's old age or just sheer wickedness. My brother, my sister, today there's an expose. More money has been found in Cecilia Dapaah's houses. More money has been found in her bank accounts. Yet there's one man who is a bootlicker, a sniffer dog of the party, Paul Adum Ochre. A man who descended from so much journalistic respect to the lowest echelons of bootlicking. This guy here, and it hurts me. I like him. He's a friend. But nobody is bigger than the truth. It's all about Ghana. Come here! Watch me. This was the guy who came out and told us that the 1 million that was found in the house of Cecilia Dapaah, he accounted for the 1 million as if he was the accountant of the woman. Oh, 800,000 American dollars belong to a dead brother of Cecilia Dapaah. As we speak right now, the brother, the so-called dead brother, the wife, in fact, the widow is in court asking that the 800,000 American dollars, if you say it's for my husband, give it to me. My brother, Paul Adum Ochre broke it down. These are people who try to encourage and abet criminal activities. And it's sad. These are people who are only thinking about their stomach and food. Meanwhile, you give them food and they can't even eat. These are the people, if they are not careful, they end with stroke and kidney diseases, urinary retention, urine retention. It's sad. Politicians in this country are so criminal-minded. But what would you expect of a gentleman like this? Journalists are not paid well in this country. People go through a lot. The hard work that we were told paid, not in Ghana. Ghana is on a different planet. Hard work doesn't pay. It's only criminal activities and skullduggery that give people money. Skullduggery. A man can work hard from morning till night. He will be lucky to have cocoa and masa to drink, or komi kenkena to eat. But once you are a bootlicker, a sniffer dog, in fact, a political sniper, you make a lot. Why not? In a country where we pay people to talk rather than to think. Everybody is a communication expert for a certain party. We open our buccal cavities without connecting that to our medulla oblongata. We are never able to make sense. We only confuse the people. In a nation where people judge your level of intelligence by your fluency in the English language, we are in trouble. Today, exclusive, more money found in Cecilia Dapaah's account. Mr. President, I remember when you told us that any of your appointees who was coming into your government to make money, the door was open for them to leave, for they will never make money. They should rather go to the private sector. Mr. President, you deceived us. You told us blatant lies. You are a useless president. In fact, there's so many people who have died, many children, many men and women, old men and old women, who saved their monies with the banks and were told they couldn't have the monies because the nation needed their money by force to run the wheels of this nation. Those who died because of your corruption and your corrupt ministers, their ghosts will haunt you. My brother, my sister, that is the story we have. Millions of American dollars in the woman's account. Paula Dumochi will come out. Yes, she's already a rich woman. Yeah, she's a businesswoman. Remember in 1806, she went all the way to Tokyo where she built a whole factory, and then her great-grandfather in 416 AD, in fact, actually discovered a pot of gold. And then you come onto a screen and point something and say, you see the pot of gold? This one was AD 416. Her great-great-great-great-grandfather was the one who discovered this pot of gold. And that pot of gold, you know, they only sold one, and then they gave it to her to put in her account. Even the person who gave the money to put in the account, he died. So justified. Political snipers. Father in heaven, silence all the political snipers. Today I was reading Psalm 37. See if you can find me Psalm 37. Is it possible? If it's not possible, leave it out. No problem. Psalm 37, verse 1. Hey. You know what he said? He said, do not ever be happy. Never ever fret when you see wicked people prosper. Don't ever jubilate. Don't you ever also be sad. Just watch them. Even though the enemies of God are as numerous as the flowers in the field, they shall all wither like the flowers. That's what the Bible says in Psalm 37. So to my brethren and to the whole family of Blakk potters, listen, if you see somebody prospering and you know the source of whatever they are getting, ill-gotten wealth, do not ever think about it. Watch it. Psalm 37 verse 1 says, do not fret because of evil men or be envious of those who do wrong. And when you continue to verse 2, oh, Jesus, have mercy. It continues to tell you that, listen, forget about how much they make because of their shenanigans. He says that for like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Hallelujah. Praise be the Lord. This is what it is. Those of you who go to church, those of you who read the Bible, these are the words of the Bible, not my words. It hurts me, my brother, my sister. And if you have time, go through it and read through all the way down. It's one message it is sending. Do not ever think about how much who is making. If they are making it out of evilous shenanigans and gymnastics, just watch them. They shall wither like the flowers. So when I walk up and I see people, maybe my former mates, they drive huge cars and they see me, yo, Blakk Rasta, I come out boldly and I walk up to them and I tell them, yeah, how's it going? as if I've not seen any car. Yeah, especially if I know that there are evilous people who are making it. In our country, evil means smart. All evil men are smart people. Evil is equivalent to smartness. And they gather all these things. They die from stroke. They die from kidney diseases. They die from urine retention. They die from premature ejaculation and all those kind of things. May this matter be dealt with properly. May those who have raped this nation all this while, may those who have profited from evil shenanigans and underpinnings, may they all wither like the flowers in the field, just as Psalm 37 verse 1 and 2 have said. Dash! And bring me the next story. Watch me. Begging for votes, no more. You remember yesterday we told you about the Ashanti Regional something. He's an MP somewhere in the Ashanti region, and at the same time, he is also the Deputy Minister of Railways and blah, blah, this gentleman here. Remember he said he will never be part of the campaign team of Bawumia for one reason, because Bawumia did not greet him when he came to the Ashanti region. These are the people we have. These are the people we have ruling us in this nation. Look at the level of thinking. He didn't greet me. It's like me, Blakk RASTA. I sit on radio and I say that, well, because this man came there the other time, he greeted other people, he didn't greet me, so I'm not going to play his music. Would you first and foremost listen to the music? Would it benefit the people when they hear? It's about the people, not about your thoughts. I play the music of my enemies. I play the music of people who hate me. But the music, the message in it, will not benefit the bigger picture. Forget about that one man who doesn't like you. Forget about that one woman who you don't like. Deal with the content of the message. If you concentrate too much on the messenger, you will lose the message. If you concentrate too much on the messenger, oh, the messenger is walking barefoot. Oh, the messenger is smelling. Oh, the messenger's nose is elongated to an angle of 47 degrees. So you won't listen to him. You will lose the message. Remember when Christ told you guys, when I came to you seeking help, you abandoned me and threw me out. You opened your doors and chased me out. Emphasis mine. Say, Lord, when did you come? You see that woman? You see that man, you see that young boy who came knocking on your door for help and you sent him away. That was me. It's simple. It means service to humanity is service to God. Hallelujah. How many people understand this message? Service to humanity is service to God. Some people think some God is going to drop from the sky and start judging them. That God would ask them for tithes. No, sir. When you serve humanity, you serve God. But not people like this. He didn't greet me. So even if he's the best person for Ghana, I will never be part of his team. This is ego. And look at him. Ego. And these are the people with gray hair who tell you they have gray hair, so you have to respect them. Run the story. So what is next? Watch this. Bawumia campaign team beg Asante Boateng. So the team has finally gone to beg him. Oh, please, we didn't greet you. It's because we didn't see you. We're hot. We are greeting you now. That guttural laughter from Bawumia. Run the story. Nana Komia, the spokesperson to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, vice president of Ghana's campaign team, to become the flag bearer of the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP, has responded to the claim of disrespect by Member of Parliament for Asante Achim South, Kwaku Asante Boateng. In a video circulating online, Mr. Asante Boateng, the Deputy Minister of Railway Development, announced his withdrawal of support for Dr. Bawumia in favor of Alan Kyerematen, citing disrespect from members of Bawumia's campaign team. Come here! Nana Komia, oh yes, said this. Mr. Asante Boateng is joining his boss, John Peter Amewu, Minister for Railway Development, to support the Alan Chermartin campaign. However, Nana Komia says the Deputy Minister's assertion was misplaced because he endorsed Dr. Bawumia's presidential bid when he took the microphone to welcome the Vice President to the constituency. Nana Komia, however, apologized to the Deputy Minister if he was offended by any action of the Bawumia campaign team, stating that he did not recognize him as he had left Parliament before Asante Boateng entered. Dash it, man. Find me Nana Komia. You hear me now? Watch me. So this is the nation of beggars. You remember when Nana Akufo-Addo wanted to be president, he went around begging us for our votes? Very humble, very meek, like the proverbial biblical lamb. So down to earth. That was what he was. He drank calipo with us, sat with his batakari, in the trotro with us. He fooled us into thinking that he was so down to earth. Today he's flying in the highest skies next to God. And when he's flying there, he wants a huge enough plane so he can stretch his very long legs and his long body. He wants to eat all his childhood fantasies. He wants to take 6 showers before he arrives. And when he arrives, he wants to walk straight into a meeting. My brother, my sister, the president who used to sit with us in Trotro, all of a sudden, the presidential jet in Ghana is not enough for him. In a space of just 4 years. He was the one begging us for votes. Today, political begging is synonymous with the demonic Nana Akufo-Addo. Anybody who comes to you begging for votes, he clicks that subconscious that this is yet another Nana Akufo-Addo. No more, not again. That's Nana Akufo-Addo. Drinking calipo. He sat with us in a trotro and look at the person next to him. Do we all know? Osafo Mafo. This man is an advisor to the president. The man who let Asha Wang off the hook and told us that jailing her will not give us any money. This is the advisor. This is the wisest man the president found to advise him on behalf of the nation. Such crooks. And when we say that, they don't want us to say that because they are old. In our country, by virtue of your age, you are a saint. Every old, grey human being in this country is a saint. You dare not say anything bad about them. Same way they say don't say anything bad about the dead. If the dead man was a useless, stupid fool, when he dies, I shall go to his grave and say, you stupid fool, idiot, you shall roast in hell. Satan is ready, waiting with an elongated penis to, in fact, sodomize you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. We are tired of these people. We are fed up with the rape of the common Ghanaian. They don't care about how many people die night and day. They don't care to use our money to train nurses and doctors who at the end of the day will be frustrated to run out of this country. They don't care. After all, when they need help, they run out of the country for even common cold and headache. Doctors in France are taking care of them. Hi! But why should we vote for NDC? Why should we vote for NPP? Why should we vote for the political parties? How many people know this Reverend Minister? He's asking the same questions I'm asking right now. True? Run the story. Watch it. Why should Ghanaians vote for you in 2024? Tell us. Come here. Reverend Asante quizzes NDC NPP. Run the story, my youth. Watch it. It says, a former presiding bishop of the Methodist Church of Ghana, Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante, has asked the ruling New Patriotic Party NPP and the opposition National Democratic Congress to convince Ghanaians why they deserve to be given political power. Speaking in an interview on Joy TV, he argued that the NPP needs to tell Ghanaians why the party deserves a chance to continue ruling beyond 2024. He also indicated that if the NDC wants to return to power, the opposition party should make a strong case for it. The NPP is currently ruling, and you say you want to break the 8. You need to tell Ghanaians why they should be allowed. We have the NDC also try to come back. They believe because they have been in power before, they can come back again. They should also tell Ghanaians why they should be allowed to come back. Reverend Professor Asante Stress, dash it away. He's asking the most needful questions. Why should we allow NDC back? We gave you a chance. What did you do with the chance? Have we assessed you enough? Is it good? Even if we are allowing you back, do we need the same flag bearer or we need a different flag bearer? These are questions we should be asking. Content, not personalities. Don't look at somebody's face and say, oh, because he's so handsome, he deserves to be president. That's idiotic. Doesn't make sense. Don't look at somebody's face and say, oh, he goes to my church. Oh, our branch in Blakk, he's a member. Let's vote for him. In fact, these days, men of God have lost their substance, their credibility. In the days, men of God spoke against leadership, spoke for the people. It didn't matter whether they were killed or not. How many of us remember Archbishop Jakalia Letole? Right there in South Africa, right there in Togo, right there in the Ivory Coast. Do we have people like that? Archbishop Jakalia Letole. He was a Ugandan. At the time, Idi Amin was seen as very vampirous, blood-sucking nitwit. He stood against him and told him that, no, sir, you can't go like that. He was killed in broad daylight. Today is one of the saints that we have. He didn't live long, but he left a legacy that will remain longer than the legacy Idi Amin left. We are all scared to die. None of us wants to be a martyr. We all want to be bootlickers so we can live long. What is the importance of living long when you have nothing good to leave behind as a legacy? You are an idiot. You have no legacy to leave behind. All you are praying for is long life. To do what? Long life to eat and drink and sleep. It's only idiots who are only thinking about what they will eat and drink. What are you doing to be able to touch generations yet to come? What are you doing now that will rob off generations yet to come? You are only thinking about food to eat and drink. That's why you were created. And you want to live long so you can eat more. Hallelujah. To God be the glory. When we return, we have more. Remember to keep your comments coming. Keep them decent. It's a family. Respect everybody. No religion. No sports. And at the same time, remember, no politics. Keep your messages coming in. And share this broadcast so many more people will see it. Hey! Woyo! This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonuma. Our numbers are running. Black Empire Media. Give us a call. Tell us what you want. Yes, let's do business. It's strictly a business line. Send us some information. What do you want to advertise? Do business with us. the more you give us that financial muscle, the more we're able to break more barriers. Yes, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. Remember to keep your comments coming in. We are busily picking up your comments, and we're going to flat them very soon. Come here! Next story. Watch the next story. We're going international. You see this man? How many of us know this man? Bring the photo back. How many people know this man? This is the ousted president of Niger. He's called Mohamed Bazoum. Mohamed Bazoum, that's his name. He is one of the minority Arab ethnic groups in Niger. In fact, he became president. And within 2 years or a little more, he was removed. This man here, he had a predecessor. He was called Tanja. President Tanja was in power from 1999 all the way to 2010. 11 years in power. The man before this man. He was a terrible idiot in power. Tanja, my brother, my sister, remained in power, twisted the constitution after 2 years of being in power, wanted more terms, and Tanja was removed. Tanja was a very terrible leader. And the army came in, rescued the nation and the rape of the constitution, and removed him from power in 2010. When he was removed, this man here, called Mohamed Bazoum, the comment he made was that we were trying to avoid making the military take over. But the way Tanja was going through the thing, find me a photograph of Tanja, T-A-D-J-A. President Tanja of Niger. You know? He said we were trying to avoid having the army take over. But the military finally took over. But it was necessary to stop a further rape of the constitution. They wanted to give that president life imprisonment. Some people wanted him to just die by firing squad or some kind of execution. But this man was against it. He said, well, let him be in prison for as long as it will take us to have another democratic elections. Then after that, we put him on trial. That was what Mohamed Bazoum said. He's a man who respects democracy, right? But he hates it when you come and you do not work for the people. It's about your own ego. A rape of the constitution and the people. So he supported that coup d'etat. Before then, he had been in politics and had served in so many different portfolios. And then, when the next government came after Tanja, he was working in the presidency for the next president after Tanja in 2010. Hey! He worked. And when it was time for that president to also leave, he became the natural successor. And he also became president. And when he became president in 2021, this man, 2021, he became president. So he's been president for just 2 years. But he's been in politics, enjoyed a lot of political portfolios. But they have all worked in the interest of France. When Tanja was removed in 2010, his mother was shocked that she died. Tanja himself later became ill and he had to go to Morocco, America, France for treatment. No doctor in his whole country was knowledgeable enough to deal with the sickness, just like every other president in Africa, most of the presidents. Apart from President Kufuor, who went to lie down in front of a Ghanaian doctor for a major surgery. Even common MPs, they ran to America for brain surgery. President Kufuor set that example. Wherever you are, salute you. So this man, all in the interest of France. At the time of the coup d'etat to remove this guy, his daughters were in Paris shopping. This is Taja. Sadly, when Taja was also overthrown, when they were overthrowing him, his children were also in France shopping. My brother, my sister, why is Blakk Rasta bringing this story? I have an interesting story to share with you. We have brought some likes and some few differences between Taja and this president. They were both removed, military. Their daughters and children were out there. He's a Muslim. Niger is about 98% Muslim. So the Muslim populace support him a lot. But this coup d'etat, they have all come together to disown him because they played into the hands of France. Why is this man crying? They put him in solitary arrest, what we call house arrest. He still has his phone. He's chatting with different heads of the world. He started with France. Listen, Emmanuel Macron, he's chatting with him, telling him to come and help him. He's chatting with the Americans, chatting with some members of the AU to come and help him. My brother, CNN has something to tell us. Run the story. And this from CNN. Niger's ousted president reduced to eating dry rice as hopes for a peaceful resolution of the coup fade. Come here. Watch me. Watch this. Run the story. Niamey, that's the capital of Niger. Mohamed Bazoum, the democratically elected president of Niger, said he is being kept isolated and forced to eat dry rice and pasta by the military junta who overthrew him and are refusing to cede power despite international pressure. In a series of text messages to a friend, Bazoum said he's been deprived of all human contact since Friday, with no one supplying him food or medicine. Listen to this. Nobody's giving him food. Nobody is giving him medicine. But go ahead and see this. Watch it. Bazoum's messages were given. Take the logo, please. Pay attention. Pay attention. Concentrate. Yeah? Bazoum's messages were given to CNN with the ousted president's consent. Bazoum said he has been living without electricity for a week, as have many Nigerians. Many Nigerians don't have electricity. He's complaining that he doesn't have electricity. Nigeria supplies much of neighboring Nigeria's electricity, but cut off the power in response to the coup. All of the perishable food he was supplied with, has since gone bad, and he's now eating dry pasta and rice. Despite this isolation, Zoom has been in contact with the outside world. Listen to this. Though denied the chance to speak with acting U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Victoria Nuland during her visit to Niamey, the Nigerian capital, on Monday, Bazoum spoke by phone with her boss, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. A day later, the State Department said, watch this, Uhumudu Mahamudu, that's the name of his prime minister at the time he was president. Uhumudu Mahamudu, the prime minister in Bazoum's government, told French TV that the president was in good spirits despite being held in a catastrophic situation. Dash. My brother, I'm not a supporter of coups. But interestingly, Mali, as of yesterday, cancelled all contracts that it had with France. The colonial neck-wrenching contracts. We have already told you the history of the Francophone. How France is still colonizing all those countries so wickedly. France is a vampire. No respect for these African countries. Treating them like in the days of slavery. It's sad. Now they are all rebelling. All the Francophone countries are tired. They want France out. And France is not taking a cue. But look at it. The ousted president is calling the French president to come and help him. After all, he's his stooge. Can you see that? He is calling him. Emmanuel Macron, you know I've always worked in your interest. France signed a certain pact that said French military could come into any Francophone country in Africa with guns and ammunition if they felt that their interest was being threatened. Now they're tired. They don't want that. It's slavery. My brother, if this coup is to chase out France and its demonic pact and disrespectful behavior, I support it. Get out. What kind of thing is that? I don't like coups. I don't want Africa to be in coup. But if this is what will free the Francophone Africa from France, Nigeria, you need to think twice though. You've cut off electricity because you don't like what happened. But this was a man who endorsed a coup d'etat when another man was in power because he said he was raping the constitution. So in the interest of the country, it was okay that the man was removed in a military dictator. President Taja. You saw his photo earlier, right? Today, another man has removed him in the interest of the people, and there's popular support for him. Are you going to go there and there'll be bloodshed? Africa against Africa, shooting and killing each other, and the West will supply you with more weapons for you to kill each other, so they will sneak in and take over your mines and take over all your mineral resources. Oh, Africa, dash it. When we return, we got more. We will be reading your messages. Hey!
Blakk Coco Show, man.
We appreciate you. We thank you. We never take you for granted. We have close to 200 people watching us live right now on YouTube. It's not easy to get this number. We want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. Please keep sharing this broadcast. Yes, majority carries the vote. Let's get it and let's deal with it. Now let's see your messages in. Okay, so I have Reno, and he says, come here. Dash. Thank you, sir. Bless the Lord. So Leji Mawena from Togo says, welcome again, Black Rasta. Welcome. How is Togo? How are you feeling? Bless the Lord. Aile. Musa Jawad says, Black Rasta, why are you no longer live on Pan-African TV? This has been asked several times. In fact, it's a 1-year contract, and then we run it out, so we are building our muscles to return. It's never been easy. That's why we say, do business with us, so that you give us some financial muscle to be able to come. We are not asking for charity. We're just asking you to come do business with us. That is what it is. All right? Okay. Karim Sadat Aduku says, hey, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Happy birthday to Mr. Kwesi Pratt Jr. Oh, that's my boss. That's my big brother. I love him. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. He's the activist. I agree with you. The black pot has come to stay. Love and respect every time. Mr. Pratt is one man. In fact, when he calls me and I'm even naked in the bedroom eating, I will leave the food and run to him. That's what it is. Don Met says, keep the good work, brother. Watching you live from Tamale. Love and respect. And then he says, one love. Aki Ita is all the way from Jamaica, Manchester, and is based right there in Connecticut. I love him. Wow. The Aki Ita. And what does he have to say? He says, hope all is well, Blakk. I caught the replay of yesterday's show, and once more, you are touching all the right buttons. That Segleme housing issue is just ridiculous. And when the Aki Ita speaks like this, you know that you have really touched the right buttons. Thank you so much, Aki Ita. And love to Kerry, love to Pixie, love to Kudus, love to the whole family. And of course, the great man, King. Love and respect. Lab Bisa says, teacher, please, I will be happy if you upload songs like Ayawata, Cocaine in the Palace, Sakina, Joseph Hill, Ganja Sweet, Send Down a Letter, Kwame Nkrumah, and the rest, so we can enjoy some good kuchoko. It's online. All the songs you mentioned, they are online. Some of them in my live performances, you hear them. But all these songs are online. God's Way Jata says, come here. Fuseni Yaki says, teach them. Yakubu Osman says, no one is bigger than the truth. Majority of Ghanaians have lost hope. Some are giving up and running out of the country. But inshallah, so far as there is life, there is hope. Keep the good work. Well, who keep the good work? By all means. Thank you, Yakubu Osman, for that. Gamele Apasu says, welcome, Blakk. You're doing a good job. Thanks so much for the good job. Respect. Fuseni Yaki says, wake up, Ghana youth. Too much sleeping. That's true. Michael Boatin says, is not on Apple Store. Are you sure? Are you sure? It is on Apple Store. Please check it out. Yeah? I am in France and I can't find or see it on my Apple Store. Thanks and blessed love. Well, Michael, you may need to check it out again. But yeah, man, we will, check it out with Ease It and see. Because it's there. Nobody has ever given us this complaint. But we'll check it out. Maybe just flipped out of it. But we'll check it out. But it's on Google Play and App Store. So if you don't find it here, you find it on the other side. But they must be there. Yes. Francis Ampim says, Blakk Rasta, good evening. The show is live this evening. Thank you for the good work you are doing for Mother Ghana. Blakk Rasta, how long will the Constitution of Ghana favor ordinary Ghanaians? When would it favor ordinary Ghanaians? Well, that is what we are fighting for. And this show has been live for almost 2 months now. We now come live from when we were off Pan-African TV. We've always made it live. Mahmoud Demba says, greetings to you, Blakk Rasta. And he says, sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder too. Sometimes I wonder too. I do wonder. Yes. Peter Paul Akan Yindipo says, milk our dear country. I love that. Mahmoud Demba says, Blakk Rasta, I have a question to ask. Is this the Ghana that Kwame Nkrumah left for us? Yes, it's the same Ghana, but not the same mindset that he left. The land is the Ghana. That's it. We have to bring it back to its original foundations. A foundation of Pan-Africanism, a foundation of patriotism, not jackals in power. Olivius Nwenze. Hello, Blakk Rasta. The day my cousin told me to join the political party that has money, That was the day I really understood why you keep on talking about rewiring the mindset. Well, thank you. Bantasi Abdul Latif says, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Blakk Rasta, keep the fire burning. I will, by the grace of the Most High. J. Coleman says, respect Rasta. And then Petrina Otu says, hey, greetings, Blakk Rasta. Hey, speaking truth to power. Petrina, love you, blessed love. Bitter Bless says, I have been on this app for long, waiting for you to come live, not knowing you've started already. I am sorry, I'm a little bit late. Oh, sorry. All Bitter Bless is saying, yes, I've been on YouTube trying to catch you, waiting before I realize, well, you had even started. We always start at 5, but that means that you need to click on the notification button so that anytime we come on, boom, you are also there, right? All right. So George Blakk says, Ashantis are tribal people, so please, please. These messages are not going to be entertained here. It's one Africa, one people. No such messages I can, with all respect. Bitter Bless GH says, MPP members should forget about the flag bearer thing because they ain't giving any chance anymore. The money they are spending can be used to fix the country. That's true. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. George Blakk says, oh my God. Bitter Bless GH says, I'm even trying for NDC because even if they come to power, I'm crying. He says, I'm crying for the NDC. Even when they come to power, is going to take more time to fix the country because these MPP people don't spoil the country already. Posterity will judge them forever. George Blakk says, MPP are formed well, I don't know if what you're saying is right. In fact, I know that it's not right, but I see where you are going. George Blakk says, MPP was formed in Manshia Palace. So it's entirely an Ashanti party with Otunfo's hands in that. But recently, Otunfo himself has been speaking against the NPP in one way or the other. You know? So people are waking up. Of course, the NPP is predominantly Akan. You know, and they themselves say it. It was founded by Ashantis. It is very true, or the Akans. But things are changing, brethren. We have FS in there now. We have Nordness in there now. That is what we're fighting for. No ethnic group should own any political party. It should be the people of Ghana. Patriotic people. That's what we are preaching. You can't take out tribalism, as you are mentioning there. People vote for you because you belong to their tribe. That doesn't make sense. Bitter Bless GH says, nobody bores me more than that. Osafumafo. Dirty advisor. I can't wait to see them running on the street, chased by the spirit of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah with Ponkokote. So annoying. I agree with you. If I had a way of even supplying more Ponkokotes, I think that I would do that. J. Coleman says, small-minded people ruling the land. What jokers. Sick. Ekene Okoli says, meanwhile, the old people are our biggest problem in Africa. Yeah, those old politicians, a lot of them don't even think about us. Some are really cool, but some are so distantly in their behavior. Fan Cash says, I never knew ranting could be entertaining like this. Now, this is one of my favorite shows, ranting. I like that. He says we are ranting. Well, our rant is a wail. Like Bob Marley said, we started out crying. We started out crying. We started out crying. That's what it is. I'm wailing. I'm not ranting. I'm crying. And this is the cry that we've been crying from Tete. To God be the glory. Ayo Susan, I'm glad that we've won another soul for our wailing, you know. Ayo Susan says, the truth must be told. God bless you. Blakk Rasta, keep telling the world the truth. I will change. He says, it will change others someday. Thank you. Prophet Mark says, God bless you, Blakk Rasta. Blessed love. Marcus Ekwiyamo says, good evening, Blakk Rasta, and the family members watching. And he says he's watching all the way from Amsterdam. Blessed love. I appreciate you and I love you. The Black Pot, we're going to have more of your messages coming in. Keep them coming. Remember to share the broadcast. Thank you for the new comments coming in. We love you. Next story. Hey! Today we have more stories. Fleeing Africans in deep ocean. Hey! In the days of slavery, we were forced and carried onto ships and shipped all the way to the white man's land for sugar plantain work and so on and so forth. We were raped, dehumanized, summarily executed, and thrown into the deepest abyss. But today, we want to enter the same place we were sent to build. We need a visa. And the visa, to get that, we need an arm and a leg. And those who cannot afford the arm and the leg, they want to go illegally. I remember Lampedusa. Many people are dying. Even in Morocco, our own Moroccans who claim they are not Africans are killing us because we have dark skin. And in Tunisia, oh Jesus. Recently, the government of Tunisia goes out there hunting dark-skinned people like me and you. According to them, they are trying to make their country black, but they are not black. Where you go, it's a black face you see. They don't want that. They wanted to be part of the European Union. It's sad. It's a sad day for Africa. See what is happening in Tunisia. Watch this. Dozens dead after boat capsizes off Tunisia. 4 survivors arrive in Italy. Jesus have mercy. Run the rhythm. 41 people are believed dead. 41. After a boat capsized off Tunisia, according to Italian state RAI TV, that cited 4 survivors who were rescued and brought to land on Wednesday. Wednesday. That's when? Today. Am I right? Today. According to RAI and ANSA News Agency, the 4 were first rescued by the Maltese-flagged bulk carrier Ramona in the Straits of Sicily. They were then transferred to the Italian Coast Guard, which brought them to the Sicilian island of Lampedusa. The boat set off on Thursday morning from Tunisia's Sfax, a hot spot in the migration crisis, but capsized and sank after a few hours. The survivors were quoted as saying, dash. So that's what it is. Africans are running away from Africa. In fact, and when they go to Italy and all those countries, and they are even caught as illegal immigrants, and they are going to deport them, they cry as if they were bringing them to hell. In the days of slavery, it was the other way around. The Ghana Empire was flourishing. Who is responsible for this? Several years after colonialism, several years after slavery, we are still suffering enslavement. We are still suffering colonialism in the Francophone countries. Whose fault is it? Our leaders must wake up. There must be a revolution. Are you ready to die for that revolution? Or you need your life to eat kenke and fish tomorrow? Dash it. Next story, and we are done. This is the last story, and I would like to just spend a few minutes on this, and I'll be done. No more foreign aid for Uganda over gay decision. Yoweri Museveni is not the best of leaders. I don't like him at all. But he was bold enough to take a decision against homosexuality in his country. And the UK and the US under Joe Biden sent him a message warning him If you go ahead with your law, you are not going to get aid from us anymore. And Museveni said, oh, you said you are disappointed in me. I am more than disappointed in you. Run the story. Watch the headline. World Bank suspends funding to Uganda over anti-gay law. World Bank. World Bank. The bank of the world. Is it true? So the whole world has decided to suspend aid to Uganda because it says it does not want homosexuality. Is it true? Is this representative of the whole world? Or a few people who have hijacked the bank and they own it? They are those taking this decision. I'm just asking. You see, African people, it's about time we stood firm and worked very hard to be really independent. Independence is not complete just after political independence. You must strive to attain economic independence. That was what Nkrumah told us. If you are hungry, anybody can try and manipulate you. And he who feeds you controls you. It hurts me when the West, anytime the West wants to flex its muscles, but we have taken aid away from you, we won't give you aid. Are we beggars? Why is it that we cannot live without people giving us crumbs from off the table? I keep saying, I wish there was a way they would say, Blakk Rasta, come and lay down your life. Let us slaughter you so Africa will be free. If my blood was enough to free Africa of this pain, gladly, I will lay my head on the chopping board. It hurts. Anytime any idiot wants to frustrate Africa, we take aid away from you. Go. And you have gold, you have diamond, you have bauxite, you have all that. Why? Cecilia Dapaah has millions in her account, yet we are running to the IMF. And they are coming with humiliating conditions. Yet one woman has millions of American dollars, and an ignorant, foolish president will sit down and say, oh, I know that you'll be exonerated. Such a fool. What's wrong with you? You don't even want the people to investigate it properly. And when we talk like this, they don't like it. They are so disrespectful. It's better to disrespect these fools and get the nation moved rather than sit down and crash and go under the abyss like the Titanic. I end it here. To God be the glory. I appreciate your time. I love you. You have some messages coming in? Messages? Musa Jawad says, I have a song about Africa and how it teaches you to promote it for us. And how, okay, you have a song about Africa, you want to know how to reach me. It's very simple. You have our phone number here. Get in contact with us. We'll be able to show you how to get in contact with us. And that's it. If it's on YouTube, send us the link. We'll check it up and we'll do justice to it. Don Pliers says, keep doing the good works, Blakk Rasta. Frederick Chanu says, you jumped my comment today too. This tells me a lot. Oh, is it true? No. We are seeing your message for the first time, brethren. Are you sure? But we are reading your message, Frederick Chanu. Are you sure? Okay. George Esilifi says, well, if it is true, I apologize for that. We will never jump anybody's message. No, we don't do that. We saw some messages that we saw and we have to skip them. You know, we don't jump message. No matter what you say, we will read them. George Esilifi says, happy birthday, Uncle Pratt. May the Almighty Yahweh continue to bless you and have a very long life. Amen. Michael Boateng says, I have seen it on my Apple store. I am sorry and blessed. Oh well. Michael comes back to say he's sorry, he's seen it. So is actually on it. Thanks so much, Michael. We love you, we appreciate you. And one person said we've skipped the message. I don't think so. Check and see. Maybe you were trying to send it and you didn't send it. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Keep sharing the message and keep standing strong for Africa. I love you. I appreciate you. My name, Blakk Rasta. It's been the Blakk Pod. Wayo! Come on!